And today we take a look at elections in Mozambique. With over 10 million registered voters, well, they're heading to the ballot boxes today to vote for presidential, legislative, and provincial polls. Well, one of Africa's fastest growing economies, Mozambique aims to escape years of poverty and conflict by tapping into its huge energy resources.
It's the second longest bridge in Africa. The brand new Zambezi Bridge will soon be officially opened. We are here between Tete and Moatize, one of the richest northern provinces in Mozambique. This bridge was built to effectively transport minerals. Wherever you look, you are surrounded by coal, and you don't even have to dig. Tete, the nearest town, has undergone a major facelift in the past 5 years. Colonial buildings have been renovated, and this hotel, for example, was bought by a businessman who already owns 3 other hotels in the country. He says this is only the beginning of a major economic boost.
And people's coming, every day is coming. Opportunities there. We need to try. It's something like going to the sea, you throw your fishing rod, and you wait. Sometimes you get a shark, and sometimes you get small fish. Just anything can happen. You need to get your bait, try business.
But the mining boom is not benefiting everybody. Most people here do not even earn $1 a day. Thousands of people have been resettled to make way for a major Brazilian mining group, leaving people with very little access to food, water and work. The company Valley built houses to compensate those who were relocated, but many are not happy. Joe has 5 children. He used to fish in the Zambezi River, but now he's left only with a few maize plants. He's been living in this house, which appears to be comfortable from the outside.
Today there's no water. That happens frequently. You have to walk a long distance to wash yourself, even to get drinking water. Electricity comes and goes. We really have serious problems here.
In Kateme, people are desperate for food and work, but mining companies say they cannot find qualified people. And to prepare for this, the Catholic University has created a degree in management of mineral resources. 10 years ago, this was non-existent, and soon a new breed of engineers will be ready for the job market.
Our first graduates are set to qualify in the next 2 years. These students will do their internships at local mining companies. Some have already been offered jobs once they finish their studies.
After 39 years in power, Frelimo has built almost its entire election campaign on this economic boom. And if Felipe Nyusi gets elected, he will in all likelihood continue to ride this wave. But Frelimo will have to up its game, as the opposition party Renamo is campaigning for better redistribution of wealth. Former guerrilla leader Afonso Dhlakama is vying for the presidential post. In recent years, Renamo operatives have taken up arms against Frelimo. They've been accused of committing acts of sabotage and violence, and Mozambicans are increasingly becoming impatient with their political leaders. This investigative journalist fled his home in August. He tells us he's not been back till now, as he fears for his life. He says a group of armed men forced their way into his house, threatening to kill him and his wife. They said he needed to be disciplined.
It was an attempt to intimidate me and suppress my work, to try and stop me from writing, from filming, from reporting on the scandals of Tete.
Mafigo says he was targeted because he had investigated and written stories about the mining industry, which did not sit well with government. Mafigo believes the threat to kill him is real. He has abandoned the house he once called home. In Mozambique today, big projects are being favored. The country intends to produce 50 million tons of coal a year, and mining companies are rushing to reconstruct this railway line. The price of coal has gone down. Mozambique's natural gas reserves compares with that of Qatar and will soon be exploited. Foreign investment in Maputo has multiplied by 10 in 10 years. Tomorrow, Mozambique will have a new president, and about 25 million people will be counting on him for a better life. They know their country is rich, and they also want to enjoy it.
Well, that report by Aisha Ismail and Caroline Dumay, and we can cross now to Aisha, who's standing by for us in Maputo. Now, Aisha, the country is one of the fastest growing economies in Africa. We saw that in your report. But tell us a bit more about who's benefiting then from this growth.
Well, there's still vast inequalities in Mozambique and poverty across the country. Mozambique is one of the poorest countries in the world. Half of the population earn less than $1 a day. Now, this is despite the fact that the country has vast natural gas reserves comparable to that of Qatar. And people are saying that they're sick and tired of being poor, and they too want to benefit from the riches of their country.
Then voters there, who are they saying, who needs to come in power then in order for these changes to be made?
Well, Frelimo, considered the Liberating Party, has been in government for 39 years. They haven't lost a single election. And Frelimo has been campaigning on the fact that there's this major economic growth, economic boost, but the locals are saying they haven't seen it. On the other hand, the former guerrilla leader, Anando Jacana, he was saying that if he comes into power, he will effectively redistribute the country's wealth. And he's also saying, and he's accusing Frelimo of corruption, of nepotism, of bringing in their own people, and also of enriching themselves. And so people will have to make a choice. They're saying, we want a government that's going to consider our needs and no longer the needs of foreigners who have been coming into our country and benefiting from our rich natural resources.
Well, Aisha, you are there in Maputo. Then how is the vote going today?
Well, the polling stations opened at 8 o'clock this morning. People were queuing in their droves. Everything has gone off peacefully so far. And some people have said that they're expecting some of the first votes to come in after midnight tonight. Some of the observers that we spoke to now, there are over 1,000 foreign observers carefully monitoring this election. And they've been telling us that the election has been going off peacefully so far.
Aisha Ismail reporting there from Maputo, Mozambique, as the country votes in major elections. Thank you for that. All right, well.